I never really wanted to get into the Cartoon Network is dead thing that everyone's getting on, mainly because, well, it's not. Why are you saying it's dead? It's not dead. The channel's still up and running. Well, yeah, of course, many things did happen. Many horrible things to Cartoon Network and Warner Brothers and the entire animation medium. But just recently, what seemed like out of nowhere, the Cartoon Network website, after 26 years, was shut down. And now it only redirects you to Max, telling you to sign up, and that this is the place where you can watch all your favorite Cartoon Network shows now. After they closed the CN building, shortened the CN runtime slot, not greenlighting any new original shows for Cartoon Network, and just a few days before this happened, they announced they would also shut down the Boomerang streaming service. This just may be the final nail in the coffin. Cartoon Network's days are numbered. Cartoon Network is dying a slow and painful death. Pretty soon, Cartoon Network will either be gone completely, or just turn into a brand. If you haven't caught on, these days are just getting darker by the second. It's kind of like we're reliving a similar time 50 years ago. But I'm not here to talk about all the chaos that's going on in the industry right now. I'm here to start mourning the loss of the Cartoon Network website, and sharing my memories with it. Now, for everyone who wasn't able to visit the Cartoon Network website during its last few days, luckily you can still visit it through the Wayback Machine. All 26 years of the site's existence, down to the very last day. And if you wanted to play any of the old Flash games, you can do so with the Flashpoint Archive, or find a copy of one on the Internet Archive. So, let's do that! Let's go back in time to the part of the site I remember most. I grew up at around the time when Cartoon Network was transitioning out of its dark age into its renaissance. That was right when they were getting rid of all the old stuff and bringing in all the live action stuff, and got to see the three Cartoon Network saviors that would air at this time. Adventure Time, Regular Show, and The Amazing World of Gumball, I all got to witness firsthand. And I would constantly watch them as a kid. And yes, I do still love them now. Well, except for one, that being Regular Show. I don't know what it is, but I just didn't seem to catch on with it. But I absolutely loved The Amazing World of Gumball, and just recently I just fell in love with Adventure Time. I don't know why that took so long for me to get into. And yes, I did get to see way more Cartoon Network shows roll out during this time. I mean, Steven Universe, Clarence, and a bunch of others. And also around this time, as late as 2014, is when Cartoon Network stopped showing classic cartoons, like Tom and Jerry and Looney Tunes, as I can still remember watching those on Cartoon Network before they got permanently moved to Boomerang. Alright, enough backstory. Let's go back in time to see what the Cartoon Network website looked like back in 2014. It was actually back in 2014 when the Cartoon Network website looked like this. And this design would actually stay with Cartoon Network for the rest of its life, down to the very last day. But the game section still looks the same, as it was the previous year. This was back when every CN show actually had its own section on the site, and the main thing I'd always do there is play the games. I never played all of them. I'd mainly only play the games of the shows I liked, and even then, there were still some games I never actually did play. Another thing I don't remember actually seeing there, or ever going through it, is the character bios section, where they would give very brief descriptions of some of the cast of the show, even some of the side characters. I think I also remember seeing this pictures side, where it only gives you actually not a lot of pictures of the characters, but it does show these papercraft versions of the characters that you can make yourself. The ones I visited most are actually the ones listed down here. And of course, they're the three Cartoon Network saviors. Just note I didn't play all of these. But for time constraints, I'm actually just gonna leave a list here of all the ones I did play. Go ahead and pause and read it. And back then, they had a shit ton of these. So of course I wouldn't be able to play all of them. And almost all of them would be removed right in the end of its lifespan. I would talk about all the ones I did play, but I just don't have the time to do that. Well, that's it for the game section of the site. Now let's move over to the video section of the site. To where the game section of the site didn't change until a year or two later, the video section of the site did change and would stay like this throughout the rest of its lifespan. Of course, all us kids who hated it when Cartoon Network would sign off and then would switch to Adult Swim would usually go to this just so we can watch more Cartoon Network shows or just jump on YouTube. Just like other sites like this, they would only show brief clips of numerous episodes, and some episodes wouldn't even have clips on them. And a very few of them would actually be full episodes. And some of the ones that did have full episodes unlocked, you actually needed to log in with your TV provider in order to view them. I did not like that. But I think they did that simply because they also had an option where you can watch Cartoon Network live on the website, along with checking the schedule. But of course, during this time, if you wanted to watch any clips or even any web exclusive things, you would just go on YouTube. But going through the site now, of course, if you try to click on one of these, it doesn't work because the archive is read only and it doesn't save videos. And yeah, that's my experience with the website. Yes, I am sad that it is gone, but thank God the Wayback Machine even exists, so that I can still check out this website, and you can too. And it was fun getting to play the games again, but it's now time to say goodbye to it. Thank you for all the memories we had together.